Mhm. Hello, morning everybody, or afternoon, depending on where you are. I am 1 minute early. Woohoo! All right, getting all my ducks in a row here. Just a second, I'm gonna tweet this link and Facebook it for anybody who can't find it. And then I'm gonna refresh this page so I can see the comments. So tomorrow is the 4th of July for those of you who celebrate Independence Day. That's exciting. Does anybody have any big plans? I'm hosting a get-together here. It's going to be awesome because they set off fireworks like not far from where I live, so going to be able to just enjoy that from here. I love watching the fireworks. I don't know that I've ever missed a 4th of July fireworks celebration, you know? I think I've pretty much seen them. Wait, no. Let me, in the years that I was doing the morning show, those sleep-deprived years, I always had to, if 4th of July fell on a weeknight and I had to work the next day, which I usually did, I missed it several years there. Fireworks, like... There we are. It's going. Oh, Exo Glam Beauty wishes she could stay but has to go. She'll watch later. Love you too. And hi, everything on ice. Hello. How you doing? Getting everything working today. Got to do a little refreshing here. Things are going a little slow on my end. They appear to be working though, so that's good. But just, whenever I'm doing this live thing and I'm trying to like even just refresh a screen while this is happening, it's like it takes all my computer's power to to do anything extra besides the live show. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go to newest first. Hello from Greece. Hello. Thank you for joining in. Awesome. Some people on Twitter are getting ready to watch, I saw. But yeah, are a lot of you going to be traveling, or let me know what's up. Right now the comments are very slow, but here's some automatic updates. Oh my gosh, there's all the comments. What the heck? I was missing a ton of them. Oh, first beauty broadcast live for Mallory, and she's watching from Ohio. And she's been off work all week. Have a lot of people been off work? She's been watching all the videos on a staycation. That's great. Thank you. Good morning, Lane, Peefy, Wolf Girl, Selena from San Antonio, Kate from, I'm not sure where she's watching from, but she says good morning. Mrs. Lavender is tuning in from Toronto. We got Bargain Beauty Mama wanting a review on some Mary Kay products. I was just watching Kristen Games' review on some Mary Kay products because I have not tried that line in a long time, and I can tell there's been, a lot of changes. And I mean, it seems like with lines like that, and also Avon too, it's like if you get out of the loop and you don't try them for a while and then you jump back in, there's a lot of things that change. So you should head on over to Kristen's channel and see her review, because she had like a random little like box of things to try. Audrey's back in the office watching BB Live. Hello, work watchers. Jomar, hello. Michaela, Melissa B from South Florida. How am I feeling? I'm feeling good. My rear end is healing. I talked about that in my pregnancy vlog, but I took a little fall on my rear down a few stairs, and it really hurts. Actually, it's not hurting as bad right now, but for the past couple of weeks, I mean, just standing up out of a chair hurt. Can you talk about using makeup as a confidence boost versus a crutch? Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good thought there. I mean, I think I think we all have different reasons for why we use makeup. I mean, think about it this way. When you use makeup, is it more about you wanting to put the makeup on, or is it the thought that, I feel like I have to do this because I'm worried about being judged by this person and this person and this person? You know what I mean? Like, I think it's maybe a little bit healthier of a situation, or at least a more positive thing for you if you're doing it for yourself. You know, if it's something you're doing because you enjoy the process, you like the creativity behind it, you like seeing, you know, the transformation, and you like to, you know, you're taking pride in your appearance and wanting to look your best. I think there's absolutely no need to justify that to anybody. But I do think that you should do it for you. If you feel like you absolutely hate the time you're spending in the morning in front of the mirror putting makeup on, maybe you should do something different with your time, you know? But if you like it, and, you know, it is boosting your confidence and it's putting you in a good mood to start your day, I am a firm believer that happiness and putting off good vibes is completely contagious. I think if you're feeling good about yourself, you walk into your office, you're going to be more likely to smile at someone, they're going to smile back, they're going to feel better, you know, like it just trails on and on and on and on. And maybe for some people, makeup is the thing that trips that trigger, you know, and starts the dominoes to fall, you know? So I am a big believer in that. Good morning, Arkansas. Hello. Wondering if I knew of any good palettes that are mostly champagne, bronze, gold eyeshadows. Well, one duo comes to mind that's exactly what you mentioned, but you're probably wanting more of a palette, so I'll be thinking about what a good larger palette would be. But you say you like lighter eye looks. I love my little Bare Minerals duo in the top shelf. It's totally champagne and like gold. And it creates a very nice eye look, but it's very light, you know? Another duo that I've been liking is the one in the Promise. And it has this sunshiny color. It's getting a little washed out, of course, but it's like a sunshiny yellow and a matte kind of taupe, very cool brown, and that one's fun too. I need to bust that out soon. Ooh. Happy 4th, Stephanie D. XGNYC is here. She missed last week. Love you too. How do I do my buns? Oh my gosh. Well, I had my hair all down and looking kind of, well, we'll see how it comes off in the video. I thought it was looking cute, but it's just like I didn't want to mess with hair down today. So I just take my hair, I pull it all up, and I just kind of wrap it around itself, and I stick a little clip right behind it. And these clips I think they're from Goody, and they've got grippers on them. They've got like a rubbery texture on the inside of the claws, and I think they hold in my hair pretty good. But for a more secure bun, I always like pulling out those donuts. Like, this is the way I do my hair a lot around the house, but if I'm going out or if it's windy and I'm worried about it lasting, you can put one of those donuts on, wrap your hair around that, and then start putting those hairpins around the whole base of it, and you'll have a nice holding look. But yeah, that requires more pins, so this is just my messy look. And by the way, my eyes are very dramatic because this is what I shot today, and this is what I shot yesterday, and they're going to come together in one video. It's the Too Faced Country and Rock and Roll palettes. I was talking about these last week, and I know I'm going to end up being a little late on my monthly Best in Beauty video, but I just started on this and wanted to see it to completion. So yesterday I did a look from the country palette and a little review, and then today I did rock and roll, and I'm just going to put them in one video on my main channel. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long to edit, but it might, because it's basically 4 things in one video. Do you still do tweet chat? No, past few weeks since I've been here, I've been just kind of doing it. It's much easier for me to just keep an eye on one thing, so I've just been doing the comments under the YouTube video. Sometimes my computer, like I said, has trouble even just shifting between windows while I'm doing this live stuff. Oh, Melissa Smith is going to be moving soon, and she's going to have a makeup room in her apartment. That's awesome. I would highly encourage at least, you know, a nook of some sort, a makeup area. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'm getting behind on comments. Working on the 4th, so the 4th of July will be on the 5th. It's all good, you know. There are plenty of holidays I had to do that with. And just convince myself today is the day I'm going to celebrate. Oh, must-haves from Sephora. I'm a palette person. I'm always looking for the palettes and the gift sets when I go to Sephora. I really don't love stocking up on individual high-end items, so I'm always looking for a great gift set or palette. By the way, the thing that I'm scoping out right now, and I would love to hear if you guys have tried it or like it, but you know, I've been enjoying my Kat Von D. Oh, thank you, Mariah. I've been enjoying my Kat Von D palettes that I have. I have just a couple. One is the Lady Bird, it's the matte palette, and one is Poetica, and it's got purples and oranges in it. And I've just been really liking the quality, and I know she's got the Chrysalis palette and maybe the Monarch palette. One is more neutral, and one is the one with like the purples and some, some blue in it as well. I was wondering if anybody had tried those new palettes, and if so, what are your thoughts? Are either of those like a must-have to you? Because I kind of want to go there and get them. Not really go there, but I mean, you know, I want to go there. I want to get it. How do you keep track of all your different products? She's asking like Excel, a binder, a notebook. I think it's all about organization. If I wrote down or kept a database of everything that I have, I think I would just be too busy to even use the makeup. So I just think keeping it well organized and going through your stuff often. You know, just looking through it. Don't let, you know, a drawer, if you've got your stuff in different drawers, don't let yourself like not look in a drawer for like a couple weeks. You know, always be looking, thinking, you know, what should I use today? How can I use something different from what I did the other day, you know? So I think organization is really important. And also, for me, if I'm getting things to review, I think I mentioned this briefly in my room tour, but I try to keep things that if I've been sent something from a company and I want to do a review on it, I try to keep that off in another place. In my closet, I've got some drawers in there. Keep it in there until I get a chance to review it so I don't forget about it. Like, I don't want that to become buried in my makeup storage before I have a chance. You know, I don't want to run the risk of, you know, not doing something on it. So keeping that stuff off in a separate place until I use it and I'm reviewing it, that helps me. Helps me quite a bit. But if you've got a smaller collection, I mean, you can still organize a small collection. You can still separate things out, use a smaller system of drawers, or, you know, whatever it might be. I just love drawers because I feel like, you know, even when I was in college and I was only working with a little, you know, small amount of items, having some way to keep things separated out that's not just one big tub or one big makeup bag, it really helps a lot. Oh, Melissa says, I have good news. My brother and his wife had a baby boy yesterday, and she's an auntie. Congrats. That's great. Awesome, awesome. Oh, my gosh. Summer must-haves for makeup. Well, I've got some of those. I kind of did a summary focus best in beauty the last time I did that. but also just the other day I was thinking about all the different products that I've been using, like actually in the sun, and I thought that might be either a good video or a blog post just talking about like the different sunscreens and things like that, because I use a different one for my face than my body, and you know. Saralicious Death is here. The child I was tutoring today canceled, so she got to be here and she's brewing some coffee. I'm drinking some water today. And I realized that when I sit just like this, in this positioning, I look like I've got like staticky flyaways from my mirror. Oh my gosh, Francesca is waiting on a little boy in a couple of weeks. She's pregnant. Oh my gosh, that's happening. That's going to be here before you know it. Congrats. Color analysis. Oh, like choosing your right colors, choosing your right foundation shades. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about, or if there is an actual thing called color analysis. But as far as if you are talking about like picking your right tone of foundation or something like that, sometimes it comes down to just an educated guess, you know, really. When I'm looking at stuff online and the swatches of the colors are so ambiguous and just so hard to determine, I just kind of have to give my best guess. But if I'm in a store, I've really just gotten used to knowing pretty much what shade, you know, I need to grab for, because I'm familiar with a lot of the different lines. So you kind of get a feel for what their different tones are like and what they offer. But if you're approaching a new line of makeup and you have no idea what might be right for you, one thought I've had in the past was to take a foundation that you own that you know works for you, and take it and, you know, hold it up and compare. Or maybe you can find the one that works for you even in the store, you know, if you don't have it, if you don't want to take a bottle from home in, and find it and hold it right up to the other bottles and compare and see if it's, you know, is it too warm, is it too cool, is it too dark, whatever. Oh, LaRock Unzipped. Thank you, Laurel. Thank you for bringing that up. The gal who was asking about champagne and bronze colors, Unzipped. Ideal. Exactly. Because it's got not only, you know, classic bronzy bronze, but more of the rose gold and, you know, deeper things that help you create different looks out of it. How did you prepare your body and mind and maybe relationship for getting pregnant? Ooh, that's a good question. I think it's something that didn't, it was definitely no kind of quick preparation, because I felt like I had asked myself multiple times before the pregnancy happened, like, am I ready for this? Do I think I'm ready for this? I know everybody says you're never ready, but I do feel like sometimes you're definitely more ready than others. Let's face it. I mean, if you could map things out and kind of get set things into motion in a way that might work best, I think that sometimes in life are better than others. And there was a time when I was both doing the news, doing the morning news, and this, and we were talking about it seriously, and I feel like it just, something about that timing did not feel right to me because of the way I wanted to carry off motherhood. You know, I felt like it would be, when I was being very optimistic about it, sure, this is gonna work, this is gonna be so easy, you know, I can pull this off and this off, and I can, you know, work with the baby then I'll leave the baby here, and then Tyler will start work at this time, and then I'll come home, and I mean, it's like sometimes you can kind of get carried away in your optimistic maybe attitude of it, but when I was really being honest with myself, I just didn't see that being able to factor in at that time. Just too much, crazy hours, being tired, doing all this. So when I got to the point where I could basically choose, okay, I'm going to do YouTube over the news stuff. At that point, I thought, give this some time to settle in and, you know, work and give me a chance to really focus on YouTube for a while and make sure, you know, basically that this is going to work for me. And at that point, it was my questions were kind of answered. So I guess, and a long rambling way to answer your question, I'm sorry, but I don't think it was like, okay, I'm going to prepare myself for having a child. Here's what I'm going to think through. It was just a long-term taking an honest look at my life and thinking, you know, what level of involvement do I want to have? I think I really believe every mom wants to be very involved with their child, but I really was striving to be in a situation where I could be home with the child. And so that really affected, you know, the way things played out, I think. And it was something I came back to, and Tyler and I thought about a lot. And it wasn't just me, you know, it was Tyler too. And we both had the knowledge that yes, we want to have a baby. It's just kind of a matter of when. And then things just kind of fell together in this timing. So, top comments. Oh, Kristen's here. She says, hook a sister up with a tardy slip. We'll get you. We'll get you. We'll have you see the secretary, of course. Yes, checking my P.O. box. You'll be hearing from me soon. During the move, when we were moving, I was checking it and getting, like, letters and things, but I was keeping everything together before, like, there was no way I wanted to bust into things and then lose people's addresses and the items and know what went with who to be able to write back to you. So shortly before the move and shortly after the move, I just kept that stuff together and said I'm going to deal with that once I get into the house and get a little more settled. So that's what's going on now. So thank you so much if you've written to me or sent something to me, and you will be hearing from me again soon. I had a first couple rounds of sending letters back to people, and that'll be happening again very soon for me. So keep an eye out on your mailbox if you put a return address. If you didn't, I don't know where you live. How are you feeling with your pregnancy? Very good. Something I have noticed over the past couple days is I feel like fatigue is coming back. You know, like just the feeling unusually tired in the early evening hours, you know, and that's supposedly typical. I had that a lot in the first trimester. Second trimester, it was like energy boost, everything's good. And then now I'm wondering if it's starting to creep back in. Like, I feel fine right now, you know, but like yesterday afternoon, I was working on videos, writing a blog, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, the moment I stopped, I felt like, oh, I could sit up and just fall asleep right now. It's so weird. Miss Raina says, BB Live on the Thursday before a 3-day weekend. Priceless. Good morning. Good morning. Do you ever go out without makeup on? Yes. Not often, but yes. I will say makeup is pretty much a daily part of my life, like a very regular thing for me that I do. And part of it is because it applies to the work I do every day, you know, on videos and blogs and etc. But also I'm call me crazy, but I miss the days if I don't put makeup on. Like, I kind of feel like I missed that experience. I just like the act of putting it on. I feel so grateful to have this room, you know, this place for it, this setup, and so I love being in here every single day. Every day that I'm in this makeup room putting on makeup is a good day. to me. So, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. There's a little something extra going on with me today. Well, thanks, because I did do a tutorial. If you just tuned in, I was saying earlier, yesterday I shot a look with the Too Faced Country palette. Today I did the rock and roll, and those are going to be mashed up into one video where it's like a tutorial, reviews, everything in one comparison. And hoping it's going to take me hours probably to finish editing all of that stuff, but I hope I can get it pulled together by today and get it out there for you before the weekend starts. Picked up a Dr. Pepper lip smacker? Hell yeah! Love it. How do you think your makeup routine will change once the baby is here? And that's from Angie. Hi, Angie! Well, I think I'm gonna have to be more strategic about my timing when I go, when I do my makeup and stuff like that. But I get told by a lot of people, like so many people. For example, I tweeted this past Saturday, it's like, the sun is shining, got my music on, I'm doing my makeup. And then somebody had to reply to that, like, get ready for all that to change once you have a baby. I'm not saying life is not going to change with the baby, but it's like, the sun will still shine. I can still turn on music. I can still apply makeup, but there will be something else, in the picture, obviously. And I know it's going to make me have to be flexible and adjust and do whatever, and so many people seem to have this mindset like you can't take care of yourself when you have a baby. And I guess the reason why I don't agree with that is because one of the closest people to me in my life insists that it's very much possible, and that's my mom. And we've had long, drawn-out conversations about this, about like making time for yourself, and you want to make time to do your makeup, you get up earlier. You try to, fit that in when baby's napping or whatever it might be. And she always, my mom is a special lady. I will put that out there for sure. She is one who always, hair done, makeup on, outfit on, completely pulled together, at all times. And she did that with 3 kids. On a budget, too. She did it. So I guess I'm kind of lying to myself if I think that's not possible, because, she can do it, and so that kind of inspires me, to get up and get things going. And I think it's maybe just a matter of how bad you want to fit that into your life or whatever it might be. But everybody's got different situations. I can't say I can predict exactly how my experience is gonna go, because I don't know. But that's my hope. Oh, XGNYC, thank you so much. She's dealt with some negative, fake, mean girl types recently, and they can really bring you down. So she says, thanks for the love and the laughs. Well, that's really nice of you to say, and I'm sorry you had to deal with that. But it's so true that the people you hang around can totally affect your outlook, your mood, your attitudes. If you surround yourself, people say this a lot, but I think it's very true. If you're surrounding yourself with a lot of negativity and a lot of ho-hum, low-energy kind of situations, it rubs off, unfortunately, just like the positive vibes rub off on you. We're all like sponges, we take this stuff in, and it can be hard sometimes, even if you set your mind to, like, oh, I'm feeling real positive today, but, you start talking to somebody who's very pessimistic about or cynical about every single thing, and it gets in your head. It's hard. Is there a chat box that's supposed to pop up? Emily, you are talking to me. Yes, I can see you. I could see your comments, so keep putting them where you put them before. Is your mom coming to stay with you for a while after you have the baby? That's our plan. That's my hope. I'm gonna want some help, I think, and I just think it's gonna help me transition into life, you know. I don't know what I'm doing. This is my first baby. I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants here, so I would appreciate the assistance, yes. Ooh, Forever Beyond Me says I will be getting my final exam results tomorrow. I might not have passed. So nervous. I'm a senior in high school, by the way. Any good luck wishes? Oh, good luck. Good luck. Oh my God, your comment just took me back to when I was in like high school, junior high, and taking tests and being worried about the outcome and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I so remember that feeling. And college even more so too, because it's like there weren't as many assignments and you didn't have as many things factoring into your grades, so I felt like every test mattered so much and every speech and all that stuff. Oh, I feel you. I'm wishing you so much good luck, good vibes, good energy, whatever I can do. I'm thinking about you. Is the baby kicking a lot? Yes, much movement. Much movement, you know, it comes in spurts, but when she does move, I feel it more intensely, and I can definitely see it from the outside when it happens, too. So, I'm going to stand up here. Ooh, standing kind of hurts. This is the shirt I'm wearing. Have I worn this for you guys one other time? There's the baby. That's my little thing from my shorts. But there it is. Woohoo! That was one of those cheap Ross maternity finds, that shirt. Hello from Overland Park, Kansas. Oh, yay! Another Kansas person. Because Kaylee is from the Kansas City area, and she was just down the other day. I put a couple pics on my blog. Oh no, Eat Your Soul had a lot of damage to the back of her house for months. She just got it fixed during the past couple of weeks, and whoever did the drain didn't do it correctly, and after last night's storm, the kitchen flooded. Ugh! Oh my gosh. Not cool. Well, I hope she's able to track down whoever did the work and hold them accountable for that. I don't know what kind of thing she may have signed, you know, that, or if there was any sort of, you know, guarantee on the work or what, but flooding, cleaning up, standing water, not fun. Oh, I'm so sorry. How's the Almay Get Up and Grow mascara? I'm a fan. I'm a definite fan of that mascara. I especially like it on upper lashes, and I think it thickens. I think it separates. It's got a good texture for my kind of lashes, which are sparse. So. I'm so sorry if I'm missing some comments. Darby says, you can do it. I have 2 kids and still find time to put on a little makeup and do my hair. It's about planning and maybe getting up a little earlier. My brows are on point today. Thank you. You know what? Sometimes I think when somebody says that, I think, how many other days were they off point? That, you know, if somebody tells you something like that, you wonder, like, were they bad yesterday? I don't know. May have been. The worst pregnancy advice you have ever received? Ooh. I don't know. I don't know what I would call like bad advice necessarily. Maybe there's just been advice that I think is, maybe I'm more laid back than some people, but like I don't know. Sometimes, like, I guess what I've learned is think about what you do and what you put out there if you don't want to be, like, critiqued on every little thing you eat, for example. Like, you know, I like ice pops, but then, you know, there's a better way of doing that. Or I ate a hamburger the other day, and, well, did you put ketchup on it? Because ketchup's got all this blah, 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 blah. You know, like, it just, you know, or you're drinking a small cup of coffee. Well, did you know caffeine? You can't have too much. I think it's more, it's not that I've received bad pregnancy advice. It's just sometimes there's so much coming in all different directions and so many different opinions, and you just kind of, some of the best advice, on the contrary, my sister-in-law Sarah, who just recently had her sweet little baby, she had told me at the start of my pregnancy, she's like, pay attention to what your doctor tells you to do and don't feel the need to work in everyone else's feedback. You know, you'll find really good feedback along the way, but don't feel like everybody else has the right answer too, because that's not necessarily the best thing. I mean, you gotta live life, right? You're the one in the situation, so you can't do everyone else's preferred thing all the time. How do you feel about airbrush foundation? I do have a Temp 2 airbrush thing. I've enjoyed it. I don't. It's not my favorite way to do foundation though, especially not full coverage. I do think it gives a natural, evened out foundation look, but if I'm wanting really good coverage, can you tell I'm annoyed by that hair? If you're wanting really full coverage, I don't think that's the best way to get it. And I also remembered when we went HD at the station, there was talk of airbrush foundations, and now you need to be airbrush because it's HD TV. Not the case. I actually got an email back. I emailed this was such a random going out on a limb type thing. I emailed the makeup artist for Dancing with the Stars. Her name's Zena. She's actually one of the people who heads up Z Palette. She is the creator of the Z Palette. And I just, out of the blue, like, I sent her an email because I think I had gotten a Z Palette and I knew of her background in makeup artistry and working with television with Dancing with the Stars, and I just got her email off of her website, and I just said, you know, how important is that, or what's your method, you know, for dealing with bright lights, cameras, and doing makeup on so many different faces? And she said, honestly, you know, I like doing foundation the traditional way, and that's what most people on our show have done, is, you know, just a standard liquid foundation type of application in the formula that works best for that skin type or skin tone or whatever. And so I thought that was kind of cool that, you know, it's not everybody you see on TV has been airbrushed necessarily. Emily has a lot of friend problems today. Aw, I'm happy to be your friend. I honestly feel so much connection through this, like being able to do this like we do today. It's so cool because I feel like it's almost like talking back and forth. It's not quite, but you know, it's close, and I really enjoy it. Do you plan to look fabulous in the hospital for pictures? Oh man, you know, I feel like I should not make any guarantee about that. Like, what if I go in with the best of intentions to look fabulous, and then it all gets, like, sweat off because I sweat like a beast sometimes? Like, what if that happens, and then, you know, my best efforts just went down the tubes? It could happen. It could be that kind of a thing. And I don't honestly care that much. As far as that goes, like, the priority is obviously that, like, everybody makes it through this, you know, healthy, happy, nobody bites anybody's head off kind of thing. So I'm rooting for that as my top priority, but because of my obsession with makeup and my fascination with will it wear through the experience, I'm kind of excited to, you know, hopefully put some makeup on and then assess at the end how well it lasted. Like, did my eyeliner really last? Did my foundation stay on? I think that's the ultimate test going through labor, right? I think so. Maybe it all goes just super smooth and and it all looks just fine. Or maybe it all goes down the tubes. For some, like, that's fun for me. That excites me to think about. Aw, thank you, Kristen. I missed your comment earlier, but I was looking at the top comments and I see that that's so kind. Thank you. Which Naked palette do you prefer, not including the Naked Basics one? My top #1 is probably the first one, because I think there's the most variety, the most different looks that you can come out with are in that palette. And I think they've just got great basic colors in there, along with some kind of fun pop type of colors. But a close #2 for me is the 3, because I really like those pinky rosy shades. However, the Revealed 2 palette has taught me that you can find those shades in other places. I think the Revealed 2 is great if you're trying to save money and you like pinky rosy berry type looks. But yeah, I like the Naked one. It would be my favorite of those. Oh, Shannon missed her alarm for class, so she is going to be able to be here and watch. Oh, hug from Sweden. Hi. Hi, Sweden. What up? Aw, Paige watching from the UK. This is awesome. Thank you, Linda. Oh, she has a niece named Belle, too. That's so cool. I feel like I've heard about more. Well, I think there are some people, just judging by like little comments here, and maybe I've pronounced it unclearly, but I think some people think it's Bella and not Belle. But I do know of more Bellas in my life. You know, like I've known more Bellas than Bells. Ms. Tater Cakes is at work but had to sneak in. This is a good opportunity to chipmunk. If you're at work and you want to chipmunk and you don't want people seeing you and judging you over it, you just got to be stealthy about it. Look left, look right, quickly. Done. You're part of the club. And if you ever have a chance to photobomb somebody while chipmunking, do it. Tweet me. I would get a lot of enjoyment out of that. Denmark in the house. Australia. Goodness gracious. Alberta. New Brunswick. We got some Canadians. Suggestions on how to look cute standing outside in 100-degree weather? Okay, she says doesn't need a full face, but want to cover some acne scars. Just doesn't want it to all melt off. Something I have witnessed very recently. I knew I liked this concealer for texture and coverage, but I've also learned that it's really the real deal in staying power. Gotta say, the Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Wear Concealer. It's a liquid. I would say do your light, maybe sunscreeny tinted moisturizer all over your face, because there's hopefully some sun protection in that, and you can get your light coverage, and then go around with the acne scars you mentioned. This is a great skin tone concealer, and I feel like the texture of this blends into your skin, looking natural but still totally covering redness and stuff like that. And just dab it around, grab a little brush or just use your finger, pat that in, and set lightly with some sort of powder that you like to use. And there's, I think this is a great long-wearing concealer. Definitely worthy of the double wear title. And then, of course, do whatever you want on your face, or on your eyes, I mean, lips, or whatever. But, I mean, as far as face makeup goes, that's my recommendation. Serena's here, presenting her tardy slip. Thank you! What was, I missed something. Something just changed. Would you ever do daily vlogs? Probably not as long as I'm doing Beauty Broadcast Express, which is daily reviews. I don't think I could do it. I don't think there'd be enough hours in the day to get it all done. Plus, if I did them both, my daily vlog would just be a camera of me sitting at my computer editing my buns off because I'm working on my review channel. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm cool with doing an occasional vlog, but it's nothing I think I could commit to on a daily basis, you know? Did you do Face of the Day? No, I did not. Yeah, I have a tutorial coming on this eye look, by the way, and I know this camera and this lighting is not the best to even see what it's like, but I used this Rock and Roll palette from Too Faced, and I used the purple and the gold. I've got a pop of gold, and then this is all plummy smokiness all around the rest of the eye. So that's basically the eye, and I'll go into much more detail, obviously, in the tutorial video. My face makeup is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Face and Body. I just love the way this spreads out over my skin. It really has a nice slip to it, but incredible coverage. Amazing coverage. And I am creamy tan in this. Just FYI. And yes, better coverage even than regular double wear, just so you know. You'll notice, like, I can totally see why they call it a face and body, because it has a slip to it that's much more silky than regular double wear liquid foundation. So I could see that, like, if you were covering up some big thing on your leg or covering a tattoo on your body somewhere, I can see how it really spreads over a larger area really nicely. So anyway, I have that on. I have on a little bit of, let's see, I jotted it down for the tutorial. MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural is my powder all over. I use my Milani Fake Tan bronzer. Was just recommending this to Kaylee yesterday. Your contour, your sunny, glowy shade. For my blush, I'm wearing the Balm's Down Boy. Kind of like my wall color. Another shade that's very similar to this for a lower cost is e.l.f.'s Studio Blush in Pink Passion, that really bright pink. Comes off a lot the same on the cheeks. Like, it's just a very fresh pink shade, and both are matte, so same finish. On my lips, I'm wearing Flirt's Big Squeeze. This was one of my first Express reviews. The shade is called Berry Hug. It's like a sheer, it looks like it'd be really dark, right? But it's like a sheer berry. Any other key points? I used a little bit of a base, as you'll see in the tutorial, under the gold in this palette. I used a little bit of cream gold shadow, and it's the e.l.f. Smudge Pot in Back to Basics. So, yeah, and that is that. That's the face of the day. Dutch Strawberry, I can see your comments. Waterproof mascara is a must in the hospital if you don't want to look like a raccoon. Oh, yeah. I imagine I'll be in tears, too, at times. I'll be a glass case of emotion. Almost guaranteed. Yes, Hurricane Arthur. Who's in the path of that right now? Is that Florida? Is that South Carolina, North Carolina? Ooh, good. Some people just did their stealth chipmunks for me. Thank you. Are you going to do a labor and delivery vlog like it's Judy time or April Athena? Maybe. I plan to have the camera in there And it'll just kind of be a matter of what we decide we want to end up showing, you know. But I for at least, at the very least, for me personally, I want to have something to look back on. Whether or not that all goes public it remains to be determined. But you know, I really want to have some memories of like I want Tyler to be in there in our, if we have any downtime, you know, which from what I've heard you can potentially have a lot of downtime there in your hospital room. Like, I would love it if Tyler would go around with the camera and, you know, if there's any family there, anybody showing up, like talk to them, like what are they thinking, or if they have some kind of message. I think that would be so cool, right? To have that on video and be able to look back on it. Oh, Kate Emma is getting ready to go to the Book of Mormon tonight and a day out with her best friend. So she's taking me all around the house to breakfast, do hair and makeup, etc. Doesn't want to miss a thing. Love from Michigan. That's awesome. That's so cool. My mom says she does that too. She watches this when it's played back, and she says she just takes it around the house on her iPad with her. Oh, and people will think it's short for Isabel. Yep. And I guess that's what I say. It's just Belle. In a typical job, somebody says, in quotes, women usually take 6 weeks or more off from work when they have a baby. Will you be taking any time off? What about Tyler? He's planning to take maybe just a couple of weeks away from work after the baby comes. As for me, I also plan to take some time. I'm not sure exactly how much time, but I mean, I plan to completely be off of videos for at least several weeks, I would say, after the baby comes. And what I plan to do in that time is, hopefully, if my plan goes as planned, I plan to shoot some things in advance of the delivery, you know, kind of just have some videos stocked up. And with the way YouTube allows you to schedule videos, it's really, really handy. So I could say, work on some things in advance, and periodically, you know, throughout those early days where, you know, I've got my newborn, I can still have things popping up on my channels without actually at that time doing any work. People might think maybe I'm working on it, but that's my plan. Is anything you see early on after the baby comes will be something I have already done in advance. So that's what I'm going to shoot for, but I'm going to, you know, definitely take some time. And, you know, I think Tyler and my mom know that I don't want to completely fall off the grid, so to speak, as far as my YouTube channels and stuff goes. So I think they do want to help out, but you know, it won't be really typical because I will be here around the house, and I think I myself am just kind of curious also as to how it will fit in, and if I notice kind of, you know, a sleeping pattern happening with the baby and a routine. And my mom has said, you know, babies are very prone to getting into that routine, and I'm kind of curious to see how I can jump in and do another video. And I'm not just doing videos because I feel like it's my job. I do this stuff because I love it. So I think I will want to not take too much time away, but at the same time I want to have, you know, plenty of undivided attention toward the baby. You guys know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Sometimes I think I explain myself too much. I'm sorry, I got lost in where the comments last left off. Let me see here. Do a little refresh. Loving the new room. Thank you, Emma. I'm totally enjoying this room, by the way. It's been working great. Been loving that little office area for my editing. Any 4th of July makeup look ideas or videos that you recommend? No need for crazy, but a little pop of color. Oh, and the 4th of July is mine and my boyfriend's anniversary of 4 years. Congrats, Maddie. That's great. I'm hoping I do something cool with my nails, maybe. If I have any time Friday morning before people get here, I kind of want to. I saw something so cute on Pinterest the other day. Ugh. It was like, I don't know, some nails were just solid red, some were like white with a blue, like horizontal nautical looking stripe on them. I mean, it was so cute. So there's something, would be nails, but also lips. You cannot go wrong on 4th of July with red, juicy lips. I know, maybe you're outside, maybe you're having a barbecue, you gotta be kind of careful with what you're using, but maybe just like a red tinted lip balm or something like that. I feel like that's just the all-American lip, is something red. So what I might be reaching for would be like the Dr. Pepper's Lip Smacker. Dr. Pepper. Another great one for just a very low maintenance red lip is the NYX Butter Lip Balm in Red Velvet. Such a great, like, kind of sheer red. So I would do that little pop, and then maybe I'm picturing doing maybe kind of like a silvery eye and a little bit of some blue liner, maybe a blue pop of lower liner. What do we think? Could that be fun? Might do that. Because then it's just a little pop of color. It's not like, hey, I'm here with my American flag drawn on my eyelids, but, you know, just something kind of themed a little bit. Blue eyeliner can be fun. But then I'm going to have to wash it all off and jump in the pool. So. Ooh! Elizabeth is on vacay. Tried to go scuba diving yesterday, but got too seasick to dive. Oh no! What do you think of the NYX Butt Naked palette? I haven't tried the newest version of that, but I've got the original. It's a nice palette. Kind of cool toned. If you like kind of the more grayish taupe, there's some pinks in there as well. It's a nice palette, and there are also some really nice blushes in there too. Where is Cupcake? I don't know. It's a little harder for me to run off and just grab her because she hasn't quite, like, if we were in the other house, she'd probably be laying in some sunbeams coming through the window, but now, like, I can't even predict where she is. Sometimes she's in my closet, sometimes she's under a bed, sometimes she's on the steps. Hi, Jay Ricker. Glad you're here. J. Michelle Art says, it's weird and I wouldn't recommend it as an everyday thing, but milk of magnesia seriously helps with the oiliest of oily skin under foundation. Good tip. Good liquid eyeliner from the drugstore? I absolutely can. How about two? I am loving this Jordana Color Envy liquid liner for less than, what was it, less than $3 at Walgreens. Black Envy, matte black, easy as pie liquid liner. Check out the Express channel for the review, please. It's great. This goes on so easily. Wings, easy. Did I say easy enough times there? I just think it's a very effortless type of eyeliner to apply, and it's so affordable. Like, that is the most affordable, best one. And then if you like the pens, Milani iTech Extreme. Look at the length of that felt tip. Flexible. Get it right in there. Go over your lashes if you want to. Really nice, every bit as good as one from Tarte that just recently came out. Did a little comparison on those as well. But those would be a couple of great eyeliners. This has good staying power too. I call it long wearing. I would call it water resistant, but it will break down with some amount of water. Not like completely, but it will fade. That's the word I was looking for. If you need the most waterproof under the sun, blackest, most waterproof, most long wearing from that angle, then you've got to check out the Milani Ultra Fine in black vinyl. Specifically that shade. Not every shade from this line is waterproof, but this one completely is, like, stays true black, rubbed underwater, you know, really just anything. It'll last. Needs a remover to come off. Ooh. Anyone have advice on how to cover a bug bite under the eye? Ooh, what a awful place to have a bug bite. I think you want to go, because normally you might take like brightening type products and put them under your eye, but I would actually try to really match in with your skin tone and use the thinnest possible yet fullest coverage type of concealer, like a MAC Pro Longwear or the Estee Lauder Double Wear I mentioned earlier, or something like that. Try to kind of go for an overall skin tone evening out, because the highlighter type concealers may actually spotlight that a little bit. Oh yes, I do need to do another vlog favorites. I must. I must. Will you be having your mom on your channel again soon? I enjoy seeing her makeup and skincare preferences also. Mom, you've been requested. She, I think, for some reason, I don't know if she thinks people aren't interested in what she's saying, or if she doesn't change up her routine very much. So like even videos she did a year or so ago are the same stuff. But yeah, she needs the little nudge to do the videos. So I'm glad you asked. Oh, thank you. Oh, you guys are so awesome. So nice. I've got to do a little refresh over here because everything stalled out. I hope you guys are having a good day today, by the way. Hope the weather's okay. Because I know some of you are in the path of that storm. Arthur. Ashley's going to try to do her own wedding makeup or a suggestion video. Ashley, I have one. I actually have a bridal beauty playlist on my channel, youtube.com/EmilyNoel83 if you're interested. And the one called Bridal Beauty Tutorial plus Favorite Products, or no, it's called Bridal Beauty Favorites plus Tutorial. If you even just search that in YouTube, I bet it would come up. And that's some products that I think are very long wearing, very good in photos, and just all around pretty stuff. So I hope you check out that video, because I really, even though it wasn't something I've done, you know, within the past 6 months or anything, I still completely stand behind, you know, the stuff I talked about there. So you got to go back, either go in my channel and go back, or just give it a search, Bridal Beauty Favorites plus Tutorial. Oh, my 3-year-old cousin and I watch during the day and says, "Hi, Emily, hi." Decorating cupcakes while watching. Awesome. What are your 4th of July plans, and what was your most recent beauty splurge? 4th of July, having some folks over and watching fireworks and grilling out and just having good times. Just eating, floating around, and yeah, having fun tomorrow. And my most recent beauty splurge type item, last high-end thing that I purchased, probably, I mean, it's not like I don't know if it's a huge splurge, but this was probably the last high-end thing that I got, the Lorac Pro 2. Way to get black eyeshadow on your fingers. That's what that looks like. I'm enjoying it a lot so far. I really am. You know, I still think if I had to choose between the first one and this one, like, I would go for the first one. But this still has some really fun options, and it'd be cool. Like, I totally see if I ever travel with the Lorac Pro, the first one, I would totally just throw this in there too. They take up about the same amount of space, you know, and then you've got like just even more colors to add to your palette options. So I'm liking that. I'm glad they came out with something like that. Are you going to breastfeed? Yes, I am. That's a frequently asked question. But yeah, well, I guess that's my plan. That's what I'm going to try to do. Vanessa McCall says, I agree with you. I have a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old, and I'm 8.5 months pregnant with my baby girl, and I still wear makeup and look put together just about every day. Yes, having a baby will change how your days go, especially your first, since everything's so new, but you adjust and learn to go about your days a little differently. Great advice. Thank you. Thank you for the input. Anybody been to Pittsburgh recently and have ideas of what to do? Sandra King is asking. What to do in Pittsburgh? Do they have a new ballpark there? With kind of a cool view out of it? I know Kristen Game's been to Pittsburgh recently. Are you guys enjoying your pool? Do you hire someone to work on it or take care of it yourselves? We are loving the heck out of that. Absolutely. And we do take care of it ourselves. From what we learned from the previous owners is that they had somebody come in and like open it up at the start of the season and then close it up at the end. But as far as just the day-to-day, like checking the chlorine levels and keeping up with like just the pool chemistry of the water and making sure everything's running properly, it's been very easy for us to just keep an eye on our own on just a day-to-day basis. Like, I mean, I'm out there pretty much every day just like checking something or making sure that the little Oscar, as we call him, the little pool vacuum, is still running around and doing that. So we've found, I mean, how long have we been here now? Not quite a month? Yeah, not quite a month now, and so far so good. Knock on wood. Holly Eats Lipstick is here. Hi, Holly. She's babysitting this morning. Hi, Holly and children. Oh, hi, Sonia from Poland. Tips for dry skin? Yes, Katie. Get the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser. Get that. I use that every morning still, even though my skin is not as dry as it once was, like pretty early on in the pregnancy. Like Kristen, bow down to Kristen, because she told me, you know, that's what you want, and I started using it, and I do feel that that is one thing I can specifically point to and say that kept my skin from being so darn parched. It really does. It cleansed my skin. I was not breaking out or anything because it wasn't like, you know, other cleansers I tried, but that one is really, really good. And so I use it every morning and just kind of to get my skin a fresh start before makeup, and it's great for not over drying but still cleaning you up, right? So that's great. And then also from that same line, the CeraVe tub of moisturizing cream comes in a pretty good sized tub, and this is just drugstore stuff, but put that, like, I like to spot treat my driest areas with that. and it worked wonderfully well. It's not something I have to reach for every single day, you know, but if I'm noticing like, oh, something's a little dry or a little patchy or a little uneven in texture, and you put some of that on, or maybe you kind of treat your skin with that. If you're just like the Sahara Desert on your entire face, and you put a little bit of that on before you go to bed at night, like, makes such a difference. So, love it. Woo! Eyeliners are good in the tight line and don't budge. Mally's liners kick butt in the Waterline, and I've continued to use, if anybody saw my review I did in the past couple weeks on her shadow sticks, I mentioned how these can be used in your Waterline. Seriously, really, really long wearing, like the black and the brown. They're a chubbier stick, but you can pop them in there and kind of do the tight line, like getting right between the lashes. This is actually really good for that because you can practically do the two simultaneously. You know, it like kind of gets in with your lashes and on your inner rim all at the same time. Those have been great. Also, this M Cosmetics water liner. I've been talking about this for a while. I pretty much exclusively use this on the inner rim. I don't put it elsewhere, and it lasts a really, really long time. So that's a good one. Also, if you're looking for good waterproof stuff, I know I'm talking more specifically inner rim, not so much like the tight line and wedging in between your lashes, but if anybody is looking for different colored stuff to put in their inner rim, these Milani shadow eyes, think about your long wearing shadow sticks that don't budge. Those have been really, really good for me for the inner rim. I've been grabbing the almond cream for a nude, and that's really nice too. Oh, no, I haven't tried the new Revlon Gel Envy polishes, but I saw them in a magazine the other day, and I thought, wow, I really want to try that. Because I think they've got a top coat, too, like a special gel top coat, and then the gel polishes. I really want to try that. How long did it take you to master liquid liner? Quite a while, as I recall. I mean, I remember just having to mess with it on my off time. Like when I was in high school, I remember using it and just having to like practice at it, really. And go slow at first, and don't feel like you have to make it all the way across in one swipe. And the pens these days, like if I would have had something like this, I think it would have felt a little more natural just because I can grip it more like I grip a pen. You know what I'm saying? Or even grip it out a little further, but still have my hand on it like the way I would write. So that's a good kind of training tool, I think, is to use one of the pens. But practice makes perfect, you know? And don't save up for your biggest, most important occasion to finally try liquid liner. You've got to like actually work at it for a while, and I mean it probably took me months to get it to where I felt comfortable with it, you know. Do you have all 3 palettes from Too Faced? Do you mean like recent releases? I think they've got something called like Cat Eye Palette. I don't have that, but the Country and Rock and Roll is what I have right now. And that's what I'm reviewing very soon for you. Reviews, tutorials. Booyah. Thank you, a 40-year-old's beauty, joining in for the first time from Georgia. Have you chosen a breast pump yet? Any suggestions? No, I have not. I am also open to suggestions. Melissa B says, with regard to 4th of July nails, she says polka dots are easier than stripes, especially if you don't have nail stripers. My nails right now are mostly solid red. The middle finger is white with a glitter top coat, and the ring finger is blue with white polka dots. That sounds adorable. And she did the polka dots, by the way, with the tip of a bobby pin. I'm picturing it. That sounds really, really cute. That's the kind of thing I want to do, you know, like not every nail the same and a little red, white, and blue. Heck yeah. I'm liking it. I'm liking what you're saying. Ooh. Nobody has updated on Hurricane Arthur and where it is. I guess I could turn on the news. Oh! Have you tried Sephora's Summer Favorites Summer Stash? Makeup by Steffi? No, I haven't. I have not. I'm trying to think what's in there. I feel like I've seen it, like I've ran across it on the website, but I haven't gotten it. It's on my radar now. I'll keep that in mind as I drool over the Kat Von D palettes I was mentioning earlier. So afraid of traveling with your Lorac Pro? Oh man, I've flown with it a few times. I always wrap it though. I wrap it in some clothing. It gets special treatment, but it does work out. Currently on Pinterest and listening to this, best way to spend a day off ever, says Aspen Summer. Is that your name? Because that's a beautiful name. And you're listening to me like I'm a radio show. So that means I should turn on my radio DJ voice for you here this morning on Beauty Broadcast Live. Thoughts on Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara? It was an Emily Award winner this past time I did those videos. I really like it. Some people have had transfer issues or smudgy issues with it. I have not. I love the way it builds up on my lashes, keeps them feeling kind of soft, really, really full. I just sent Kaylee off with one that I had here extra, so. Oh, thank you guys for the nice words on my makeup. I'm really glad you like it because, like I said, it's going to be in a video soon. Yay! Oh, Sandra King, can I hug you? She recommends to people all the time that they should watch my channel, even the girls at Ulta. God bless you. That's so nice. That's really, really nice. I've gotten to know some of the employees at my local Ulta store. I love it. I love meeting people in Walgreens and Ulta who are familiar with the videos. I think that's just the absolute coolest thing and such a huge compliment that someone whose career kind of centers around, the beauty stuff actually finds anything I have to say useful. That's cool. Oh, Katie K is watching from Central Illinois. Cool. I probably know where you're from. Are you talking Springfield, Champaign, Jacksonville, further out west? Macomb? I have not tried NARS Creamy Concealer. Cheyenne Queen is going to get her phone upgrade today. Yay! Awesome possum. Tyler got a tablet. He's into, I'm still, iPhoning it up and iPad and stuff. But he is into the Samsung now. He's got a Samsung phone, and he got the Note, the Samsung, what is it, Galaxy Note something, point something. I don't know. All I know is it's about the size of an iPad, and he says he's using it for work stuff. I said, how many games you got on there right now? He didn't have any. So I would be inclined to believe him. Unless maybe he hid them. Oh, Holly says, saw an older video about how I edit and was wondering if I still like iMovie. Thinking about investing in a MacBook Pro. Thank you so much. Yes, still using iMovie. I love iMovie. I mean, at the TV station where I worked, Final Cut Pro was the editing system for Macs that was on all of those computers. That's, of course, something that, you know, doesn't just come with the computer. It's software you have to buy. And that's very advanced. It does like a zillion things. But I've truly felt that for the purposes of my videos and what I'm doing, iMovie is totally enough for me, I feel. Enough options, you know, enough little things that transitions and things that I need to do a beauty video or a beauty review. It's still totally working for me. Yeah, I enjoy it a lot. I've got it on my laptop, I've got it on my iMac, and I just, yeah. And plus, once you have that for a little while, like, you'll fly. You'll go fast with your editing eventually with it. I think it's very, very user-friendly. Oh, is your sister going to do a pregnancy portrait? I don't know. That would be really cool. When will Belle's room be ready? I also don't know. It's going to be one of the very next things that I get done. We're really, like, just this week we got a bed in our guest room, which is totally necessary since we've already had like 4 people staying in it, and more to come this weekend. But we just kind of had to get that squared away real quick, and then nursery stuff is coming up next. I've got my eye on what I want to get, but I thought I would pass it by Tyler first since he's probably going to be the one assembling it. You know. Miss Raina Rocks says, went to Ulta last night, swatched that new Benefit liner. Makeup remover was nowhere to be found, so I had smudgy eyeliner mess all over my hand. Swatch disaster! Lesson learned, she says. That stinks. They had no makeup remover around? What the heck? Come on, Ulta. Absolute favorite foods. Oh, you guys know when we start talking about food on here, we don't get off the food topic real quickly. And have your favorite foods changed as you're pregnant? Oh, love you, Molly Mae. Thank you. My absolute favorite food in the entire universe is probably nachos. I'm picturing a plate of nacho chips. Cheese smothered. Give me some ground beef on there. Some like pico de gallo, chopped up tomato, you know, onion, pepper type stuff. Give me a dollop of guacamole. Maybe sprinkle a little lettuce on there, you know, something a little bit green. And yes, just let me be. And I could nom that down. Oh, some kind of corn salsa would be really good too if you could put that on there. I love nachos. Any time of day, pregnancy or not, still love it, always have loved it. So, and you can't beat a good piece of delicious, thick crust pizza. I'll take Chicago style, or, you know, I'll take whatever I can get, really. But, yeah. Those things. Unusual things that kind of reared their heads as food cravings during this pregnancy have been the Panera broccoli cheddar soup, which I always liked, but now I love, and ice pops, and popcorn, and what else? I don't know. Those are just some of the main things. But gosh, I love nachos. I love Mexican food, really, in general, but seriously, like, does anybody have a Moe's near them? I'm totally making myself want Moe's right now. But it's like you go down the line, and it's kind of like a Chipotle kind of place, but we don't have one of those in this immediate area, but we do have Moe's. And you go in, and they you know, put everything on your nachos that you want, and you'll always end up with, here's why I like nachos. All different textures. You're going to have some crunchy chips, right? But when that stuff is all over it, some of the chips get soggy. And I kind of like that. Like you pull out a chip that's completely loaded up with everything known to man on it, and you eat that. So good. Hurricane Arthur says it's supposed to make landfall. How's that for a segue? Hurricane Arthur says it's supposed to make landfall in North Carolina sometime Thursday night into Friday. Good luck to all of those in the path of it. North Carolina, Thursday night into Friday. Yeah, what they were saying, like on GMA or whatever this morning, was like, yeah, it's going to be happening soon, and then maybe for the weekend people will be kind of in the clear because it's going to weaken some. I don't know. Oh my gosh. I talked about nachos for a long time. Oh, Abby's here for the second time, and she's going to leave in about 10 minutes for vacation, and I'm going to leave pretty soon too because I have some stuff to edit, some stuff to clean, and some stuff to make. Because tomorrow, the 4th of July. That's right. Oh my gosh. Rory, thank you. That's so nice of you to say. Thank you so much. My daughters and I love watching your videos together, grooming some major makeup divas. Awesome! I think that's great. I think it's so cool. I mean, isn't makeup awesome how you can bond with someone of about any age on this topic, don't you think? That's what I say. Oh, Jules tweeted me asking me how I'm seeing the comments. I'm seeing them on YouTube under the video. Yes. Hello from Alaska, and do you plan on having a nursery? Yes. Paint is done. Some things are starting to get filtered in there, but yes, room tour will be essential once some furniture gets in there. Tyler should do a review of his new tablet. Yes, he should. His review this week is, we just shot it yesterday. I think you'll like it. It's on something he's very passionate about. And it was a requested thing. Somebody told him he should check out this thing, and he turned out to absolutely, really, really love it. Ugh. Dang it, my computer, like, I hope I'm not frozen right now on the broadcast, because some weird things are happening. Oh, spin around the makeup room before I forget. Yes, because I got to go in a few minutes. So, yes, I will spin around. Ooh, my tailbone, when I have to adjust myself like that, I've still got some soreness. I think this is similar to the soreness of people who start like a spin class have on their butts. Sorry. Make sure everything's shut first. Okay. This is the official game show of Beauty Broadcast Live. I spin around, I grab 5 products with my eyes closed, and then I talk about them. So, I'm going to close my eyes and start spinning. I'm not totally used to this setup yet. Grab that. There's the end. And grab down here. Dee-dee-dee. Grab that. That's 2. Let's go over yonder here. I referred to young kids as youngins the other day in a video. Somebody called me out for it. I don't know if they didn't like it. Thought I sounded like a hillbilly. I don't know. I kind of am. Okay, there's 3. Down low. How low can I go? All right, there's 4, and now really low. Oh. Back of the drawer. Come on. Let's get some good stuff here. I can't reach it. It's coming. It's happening. Okay. I did it. Oh, okay, that wasn't totally back of the drawer because I know where that was. All right, I have 5 things. I have this Tarte Lip Surgeon's Lip Luster in Glitzy. This was something I was looking at as a My Lips But Better thing, actually. Very pretty, kind of neutrally shade. It does have some shimmer. I really like Tarte Lip Surgeons, by the way. I have a whole little cup of them handy, those little short ones from the holiday set. I just keep them out. And then these were from another holiday set. I keep those and my Bite lipsticks, like, ready to be grabbed at any time. I pulled out L'Oreal Visible Lift Foundation. I have this with the pump. I have it in Natural Buff. And I think this is a pretty good foundation if you have kind of dry skin. I think it's easy to blend in. I think it's decent. It's not the fullest coverage, but it's pretty good. And it says it has Pro-Retinol A plus vitamin C and an SPF of 17 in there. Have I pulled this one out before during this? A NYX eyeshadow in Burgundy Pearl. I don't think they make this anymore, but this is a gorgeous shade. If you know me and you know my eyeshadow preferences, you know that I would like that. It's so pretty. A little bit metallic, but it's not quite like Max Cranberry because it's a little more pinky than that. It's so pretty. I pulled out the NYX Control Freak Eyebrow Gel, which is something I reviewed not too long ago. I love this gel. I love it because when you pull this out of the tube, this brush is not loaded with gel. Can you even see any gel on it? It doesn't get your brows too, like, wet when you put it on, but it holds like a mother. It's so good. Love. And finally, I pulled out the Romantic Eye Palette. This is how I know this was not truly the back of my drawer, because that's not where it was, but I love this. I love the Romantic Eye Palette. Can I give you a little inside scoop? Neither of these, the country or the rock and roll, measure up to this, in my eyes. That's all I'll say for now. I won't spoil the whole review. But that's what I think right now. So I'm going to put some of these things back, see if I can remember where it all goes. I know I said I was going to do the makeup collection storage video soon, and I will. It kind of got this to the end of this week, and I thought, I don't know if I really want to post it like on the holiday weekend, so I think I'm going to probably shoot it and post it next week. And then my Best in Beauty will probably come a little later after that. How does that sound? Sounds good to me. There. Yay! Hope that was fun for everybody. Yay! First time watching live. Truly enjoying this. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. You are so much fun to hang around with. I really do pretend that we are all like hanging out in the same room, even though I'm just seeing your comments. But Miss Raina says she's salivating over soggy nachos. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I knew I was speaking to somebody on that. Thank you so much for taking time out of your days that you don't need to spend with me, but you decide to anyway. I think this is so cool and so fun. And people had tons of awesome questions today, as always. So I hope you have a really safe and happy 4th of July if you're celebrating that. Please don't text and drive, don't drink and drive. Be really, really safe on the roads. We had a very, very tragic accident happen in our area on Monday, Monday night. Actually not very far here from where I live, and it was a 3-car accident. It was one car went into the lake. All 3 drivers were killed. I'm not trying to like scare people or make you sad or end this on a downer note, but it just like it really stuck with me, and I remember this happening all the time. Different stories on the news, tragic things happen, and it's so in my head. Like, be really attentive. I mean, I know some things happen in traffic accidents that will be out of your control, but try to just really pay attention and do everything you can to be a safe driver, because it's safer for you, it's safer for everybody else if we're all actually there, you know, like paying attention. Save your deep conversations with someone for another time. Save your eating or whatever else you do in the car for another time, and just drive and be really, really safe, because there's going to be tons of people on the roads this weekend. So that's my thought for you. I love you guys. I care about you. I appreciate you taking time to be with me on here today. Will have at the very least 1 video coming up later today, possibly 2 if I can get this two-face thing all done and uploaded. So thanks again for just being awesome. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later. Love you. Bye.